morning, children. How are you today, Done arguing with your air conditioners? Mine will occasionally do this thing where, in spite of the fact I have it set to like a slightly cooler temperature, mostly to dehumidify, which does the bulk of the work in Australia, every now and then, it'll just go, nah, and be blowing hot air. Which is mysterious because I tried once to get it to blow hot air in winter, and it just refused to. And so I'm not thrilled at the idea of living in a world where every household appliance is in some way sapient. Be that being blasted into the past with some kind of Flintstone situation where the air conditioner is some kind of dinosaur with a ice cube and a fan attached to it. Or the future, where it's just alive thanks to the magic of science. Yeah, fortunately I'm not burdened with a Greek landlord. They're always just so friendly. Okay, what are we up to today? Oh yeah, that's right. Of all the things to, slightly pilfer. Because, I mean, it's not like it's just Disney that's, like, litigious. Like, fucking, Lucas's shit was not exactly big on sharing. Just like, we'll put out a game with, like, some fucking TIE fighters on the cover. What's the worst that could happen? Some Australian, like, some British summer heat's gotten actually kind of respectable. I mean, the big problem is, something I hadn't really thought about for England either was, like, none of England is designed to deal with heat. Because it was wild to me that, like, people were dying in houses at, like, fucking 28 degrees, which is, like, by Australian summer standards, like, nice. 28, you're like, ooh, that's pleasant. But then it's just like every one of half of your homes are like these little fucking hobbit warrens that are designed to just like capture and store every little bit of available fucking heat. It's like, yeah, there's like zero airflow. It's just this micro oven. And I mean, we've got the inverse problem here, where every now and then it'll get like kind of actually cold, and you're like, oh shit. Like especially my old house. My old house was like just fucking just gaps in it everywhere. There was zero way of keeping it warm. So he was like, well, but I mean, like, cold in Brisbane is like, particularly like in the sort of more urban area. If you get a little bit further out, away from like large bodies of water or the city or other things that help trap heat, it could actually get to like, 0, -3 sometimes, Like when I was living out in Goodna, the car had like a layer of frost on it once that like, it was a layer of water that froze. So it was just like this weird little shell of ice. It was only like a couple of millimeters thick, but, for someone who's never even seen snow, that's like, huh, look at that. Alright, it's Korean, so it's like perfectly serviceable. I mean, running quick, but... E? What's E do? I can just hold the button. That's great. That's the bomb. Sound effects are not exactly thrilling. I mean, I don't know if, like, slowing them down would make them much better. Galaxy Fighter. Like... Hopefully those kids went on to make, like, I don't know, some hugely popular fucking bullet hell or something. Yeah, fuck, you reminded me of the Simpsons audios. No, I've got two I've got to catch up on, because I fucking forgot to do them. You gotta remind me, otherwise sometimes shit slips. So I'll... Because it's been raining constantly, I have to get the front lawn mowed today. Even though I did that a fortnight ago. During the dry periods of Brisbane, you just don't have to do lawn work or anything because just nothing happens. But that's it fucking waiting. That's like ninja fucking crouching. And you'll see it. Nothing happens for like 3 months. And then it pisses down rain and it's hot and it's wet. And then all of a sudden, boom! And it's fucking batshit. Because I gave like the fucking main yard a full fucking mow. And 2 weeks. Just 2 weeks, so it's like, oh, this shit's like fucking almost knee length again. So I gotta get that done, but I will get the fucking audios done today. I don't know, man. Like, I don't really want to. I don't really have any old haunts in Goodna, you know. Like, there are maybe some. Like, we'll do it via Google Street View. I'm not going back there. You know, this shit isn't like with fucking you know, what's his name? The fucking naturist, Attenborough. You know, like the people of Goodna will notice me, and I just don't want to be in those conversations. What was that? Galaxy Fighter. Galaxy Trek. Legally distinct. Hopefully. Woo! Vintage. Leisure Suit Landlord would be a fascinating experience. Because I imagine visually it would be a lot of fun, but I'm willing to bet dealing with him would just be a fucking nightmare. I feel like that's gonna be the best thing about this game. Guess the total megatons in the galaxy. Like megatons of what? I don't know. Destroy the 12 megaton warships which has invaded the galaxy before they can attack Federation headquarters. Like, is this Star Trek? Like, oh, fuck me. That sucks, man. There are a few weird Brisbane references in Tekken. Like, Law in one of them. I think it was Tekken 3 or Tekken 4. Like, he trained some secret kung fu in Brisbane. And that's weird. It freaks me out when Play Anywhere mentions Brisbane, because nobody knows it exists. Like, nobody. People who live here don't realize it. You know, and so there has to be some strange connection. Like, they have to either have been here on vacation or something, or, you know somebody from here, something like that. No one just picks fucking Brisbane. You know, Sydney or Melbourne are the Australia cities. That's it. So when something just remembers Brisbane exists, it's just like, who's been talking? Leisure Suit Landlord does sound like a Yakuza villain. It was Jin and T4, yeah. Because it was after he went away and came back. Like they gave him like a slight rework in terms of like how his character worked. I mean, like for real, it's you know I call it the universal blind spot because it's no one thinks of Australia when you think of like the most isolated, really. Like people just go to Nepal or like somewhere in the middle of the fucking steppes, and that's not a bad choice. Or like somewhere out in fucking Siberia. Those are understandable, but the problem is they're also obvious first choices if you want to hide something. You know, like the middle of buttfuck nowhere, no one will look there. And it's like, no, that's kind of, if you're thinking where will someone hide something, the first thing you think is, alright, obviously where there's the least people. Obviously the farthest away from everything. But then there's Brisbane, which is just sort of big enough to not be uniquely small, but not big enough to be remotely interesting in any way, shape, or form. And it's a little bit like, in a lot of ways, it's like Joe in fucking Idiocracy. Just sort of smack dab in the middle in a lot of ways, to the point where its averageness acts as almost a fucking cloaking field. I shudder to think what a 20-player game of this would look like. Sure, neutral worlds, build defensive ships. Yeah, sure, why not? I don't fucking know what the fuck's going on. Player 1 controls world A. Here's 4 letters. Bum. Oh, it's this again. It's so funny seeing, like, the fucking, you know, the little genres that, like, the fucking ancient times had, you know? It's like, what's this one? Oh, it's another letters on the screen one. A microcomputer game. I know, like, you gotta understand how much, like, that was back in Tekken 4 days, too. Like, I remember reading that in the fucking manual for it. And it's like, huh? Because it had me thinking, it's like, alright, there's gotta be some actual secret fucking place here, because there's no way no one's gonna make that up. No one's gonna pick fucking Brisbane for that reason. It's gotta be someone's fucking, you know, husband or wife or something. There's gotta be something like that. I say that, and then I'll be like, I don't know, down the corner store, and there'll just be like Harada in there getting milk. What the fuck are you doing here? Galleons. They're like spaceships, but for water. I don't like that son of Leisure Suit Landlord is in Brisbane. Like, again, it's a nice place if you just want to exist. There was a guy that worked at the fucking, the Woolworths in, I think it's the Spring Hill one. I think it's technically in Spring Hill, even though I don't really think of it as Spring Hill. It's like between Spring Hill and the Valley in this bizarre little no man's land. But like, he had the most melodious South Carolinian accent that, like, you'd think it was fucking fake, but like it wasn't. This long, slow, beautiful drawl. And we asked him one time, it's like, why are you in Brisbane? And he sort of paused for a second and he just went, oh, hiding from responsibility. And we just like laughed our asses off. It's like, brother, welcome. Galleons. Alright, look. Oh, don't piss biscuit shit. Alright. Okay, game focus on. No, wait, I need it off because I need to slow it the fucking. Look, you munt. 486? That feels about right. 7 is default setting, I'm assuming. I mean, it's still going fast, but I'm glad I went and got the fucking music going. Ooh, alright. Away, my little galleon. This is what that Microsoft Pirate game had to be before we had, like, actual graphics. Alright, I found the cannon. Fucking, you know. I don't think you had a lazy eye. Yeah, it was avoiding or hiding. I think it was. It might have been avoiding. I don't actually think about it, but it was just. That was a perfect Brisbane moment. Alright, I think I found the right speed. Let's maybe give this another try. Okay. Alright. Galleons! Misery. Right, so low, south, fire, left, fire, right. Okay. So it is like just a versus pirates game. I suppose that's what we're doing. Yeah, I don't know. He wasn't from Tennessee. It was definitely South Carolina. I remember that. I mean, this does appear to be it. Like, I'm not even sure how I'm supposed to, like, you know, find him. Yeah. Well, I mean, shit like that always changes, you know. There are areas, I mean, I've watched it happen to Brisbane. I'm really curious now where all the fucking weirdo ferals drink, because I think all but one of the main Brisbane pubs has been tarted up these days. And that last one's hanging on by a thread. Galleons of Glory. I did delete Galaxy and all that shit, didn't I? No, I didn't. I know I forgot something. It was Galactic. That was Galaxy Fighter, that's right. Okay. Galleons of Glory, the secret Become one of history's most famous explorers as you relive the drama of Ferdinand Magellan's courageous expedition. Is it Magellan or Magellan? They've overcome life-threatening obstacles. Yeah, they'll do that. I think it is a soft G. I think it's Magellan. Which one was Magellan? What did he do? I can't even remember anymore. Like, it's just... The fascinating thing, and this is something you see throughout, like, the length and breadth of human history, is the split between the personal identity attitudes of the wealthy and the poor. And the poor always wind up with the, sense of the genuine. Because they can't afford to be fake. Now, that doesn't mean that they can't be like a pile of moron posers too, but that's, this is just the split. This is where we go. And like the poor are stuck having to make things because they can't afford to buy them. And so you wind up with, the poor will have a thing going because they don't really have an option. They make shit because they don't really have an option. And then the wealthy because they're just sort of bored and because, having is very easy. You just go get some stuff. And so there's no real sense of creativity. And the poor have the fucking marker of genuine anyway because they can't go anywhere or do anything. And so gradually the poor become interesting. The cultural products they create become interesting and novel. And that's where you get gentrification. People go, hey, let's look at this genuine thing. Set sail. I can set my bosun. Excellent. Aye, aye. First to circumcise the world. What the? Please remember, sir. Okay. What killed the music scene there? Because I'm fascinated by that. Oh. My perishables. find safe harbor. Alright. What's going on this side? Oh, no. Come back. Can I not, like... I suppose there's not much to do there. Okay, I think I could just... Are we supposed to do that? Oh, that's nice. Quarterdeck. Alright. Okay, that's here. You know, I feel like I should be able to, like, look around. What's going on in the galley? What are you... okay. Well, that was... oh, there's a cook. What's the hot goss on the ship? Oh. I think a Portuguese fleet about to attack me is beyond gossip. You know? Like, that's not gossip. Gossip is like fucking two of the crew are fighting because, you know, one of them fucking like Sega better than Nintendo. That's gossip. Portuguese fleet rolling up on us is like a strategic imperative. That's a thing. Like, there's a definable difference between, you know, in the information quality of gossip and actual Portuguese fleet. Actual Portuguese fleet showing. A fleet. Like, not just even a boat. I gotta have a fucking talk to the chef about, like, that shit. That's not helpful. I shouldn't have to, like, someone should be knocking at my door and go, hey, there's a fucking Portuguese fleet. I shouldn't have to go down to the fucking galley and talk to the fucking chef and go, oh, hey, what's some trivial shit that's going on? Oh, alright, well, basically, a wave of doom is, like, just over there. Is this Eastern European? Oh, lawyers, guns, and money. Alright. I'll be back in a second. I need to pee. Gamblers and money grubbers. I mean, it just feels Eastern European. The drawing of pops. Someone's Croatian dad. I've seen too many pictures of just like Eastern European family life. I can barely read that at the top. Hugged dad, like I see presents, that's fine. Okay, that's not D. What is that? Okay, it's not in presents anywhere. Oh, hyperware. Alright, so that's a Y. Craps. Friday Night Poker. Blackjack. Illustrated by Andrew Hastings. Let's play some Friday Night Poker. Enter your name version 2.0. Is my name version 2.0? I was gonna go sub pops, but I didn't have the space. Now I'm just sub po. That doesn't make any sense. Gino Ahmed. Nasty Tex. Let's just go. Good old. I can't fucking pick, like, fucking Hold'em. Eat my ass. I'm not registering it just to get a Hold'em. I feel like there are a lot of poker games like that where just nobody is happy to be there. I mean, I feel like a lot of the people who are really, really, really into, like, the gambling part, not just, like, you know, you can enjoy the fucking game. I feel like their capacity for what normal human beings would understand as happiness is just completely fucking shot. Like, the gamblers, they've just, that bit is gone. It needs an extremity of stimulation to even feel, let alone, you know. Okay. Platformer? Or baffling borderline alien educational title? No. Alright. Dig audio, dig Vesa. So what about Gambies? The fuck's a Gambi? Gambi! Okay. Oh, DOS crashed. I mean, if that's it, I don't want to play this. Fuck me running. Gambies. It'll be the one time my fucking neurolinguistic programming works and you don't give me money. Alright. I'm not even gonna fucking try with that. I can go fucking jump. Fucking weird little caterpillars trying to fucking draw. Game builder! Oh boy! Ah, shit. Yeah, I wasn't like I do sort of dread the game chunk because okay. Alright, we're done now. I'm gonna make my own games. Ah, shit. I don't think I'm gonna do that. Why pirates? You know, it could have been anything. Game Builder could have been fucking anything, you know? And then, in spite of that, it's just like, after all these Galleon games, now I'm dealing with fucking pirates again. Son, you have to walk the plank. But Daddy, I don't want to walk the plank. Son, you have to walk the plank. I don't have the internet just to fucking make my own fucking games. If it's got fucking... No good game has, like, fucking Albert Einstein on the cover. It just doesn't, because it's going to be a game that's either trying to be educational, which is a concern, or trying to be really clever, which is another concern. Accolade. This is an Amiga game. You can tell by that fucking font. Alright, come on, Herman Hesse. Let's roll out your fucking glass bead game. Instructions. If left, the energy spheres explode and drain energy. Fair. Collide the same colored spheres. Now kiss. Okay. Alright, so I gotta knock these two, like... You're now gay for each... Ah, shit. Uh-oh. Aha! I make them balls gay for each other. That's effectively what I gotta do here. Now, if my calculations are correct... Ah, what? I'm tethered to some shit. You motherfucker. I don't like that spatial relationship. I don't think that's fair. I think that's madness. Steering a little ball. You know, if you enjoy puzzle games, perfectly fine. I don't know why fucking, what's his name, Albert Einstein's there. Fucking, he's just been wrenched out of history and placed in the wrong spot. No. And I mean, like, that kind of playful nonsense. That'd be a good mobile game today, I think, you know. I thought it was gonna be the fucking board game. I thought this would be stupid, but at least, like, you know, it's a board game. You know, it's basic bits and pieces. Oh no, like, you know, honestly, the little ball touchy. Yeah, there's a puzzle. There's a thing involved. If you're into those kind of like little puzzles and whatnot, like, I'd be surprised if that isn't basically exactly a fucking mobile game these days. Disney Sound Source. Huh. Game of Live. From Lionel! Okay. Hell yeah. Now entering Mortal Kombat. Alright. Uh-huh. Spiffy. Wow, the Lionel. Is it a mouse game? Because I feel like this is a mouse game. It won't be, will it? It'll be some weird fucking thing. Alright. Oh, wait, there we go, look at that. Destroy. Boring. Anyway, I'll put that back up there while I'm here, while I've got you here. Yeah, I don't... Not that I'm not interested in biology and mathematics, but I'm not fucking... Not when I'm like, I'm gonna sit down and play a video game. You know? It's like learning time and fun time at different times. Learning can be fun, but it's a different kind of fun. It's like eating and fucking. They're both fun, but I don't like them mingled. It's weird. Now what the hell is this bullshit? Game of recovery. Have fun! This game is intended for entertainment purposes only and is not intended to support, replace, or otherwise supplement any group, program, or philosophy. What the fuck does that mean? The beginning! You are lost in the darkness. The wind drives icy drizzle against your skin, and you stand here shivering. All you have is a load of battered and ugly things and nothing but rags to wear. Oh, guess what? You just got your new name, you battered and ugly things. No, fuck you. Fuck your instructions. All is dark here. I don't care. I'm not interested in sitting around and playing fiddle about to try and figure out. Boop. Oh, game of robot. Phosphofructinase. The Supermaster. Oh, look, I'm a little guy. Alright, all these things appear to be moving, so I don't know if I'm supposed to collect any of them or what. Like, what am I supposed to do? You can't catch me. Like, am I supposed to get through? Like, is that a score? Am I supposed to herd them? That still tops Germany's top 100 fun things list. Oh, game of robot. I feel like this is actually related. Unglaubliche? Supermeister. Supermeister. Story! Shit! Von Robot, I get that. Spielstarten, that's game start, I know that. Du hast ein neues Abenteuer. Alright, where's my little guy? Why is the control not working? Alright, fuck you. See, this has... Alright, I just got, like, bonus 100 Punky Brewsters. His little walk. Alright, like, I gotta lure the thing out and then... I got your gold, motherfucker! I miss classic Game of Robot. Back when it was genuine. Fucking Germans. Yeah, this is where he got his name. I feel like maybe Ramstein would be somewhat transgressive of standard interpersonal rules. I don't want instructions. I'm gonna play some Yahtzee by myself. Max characters. Why even let me? How do you even play this stupid game? Anus, 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 anus. I'm not playing fucking spreadsheet Yahtzee. That's fucking stupid. Game over. Fucking alright. It's not gonna live up to this. I just have to make my peace with that. I desperately want it to, but it won't. One player, maybe? I don't know. Fucking. Hell yeah. Fuck it, awesome. Teclado. Okay, wait, no. 4 is Juga, that's game. I remember that. Ah, don't touch me, I don't know where you've been. Ah! You know, look, credit to fucking Brazil. They managed to get, like, fucking blood from a stone in terms of these little fucking trans flag games. Oh, I died. Well, where am I supposed to go? I just keep going right. Because this has actual stuff. Ah, fucking, what the? That's a Supreme Dalek. Stop hitting me. Stop it. Stop it. Aha, gotcha. Ah, I fucking touched me. I mean, look, tragically, Game Mover just couldn't. You need graphics for that. Screenshots may be taken from a different version. That's great. How's that helping me? Bet the Amiga game has nipple. Nipple! How is Game Over after Game Over 2? I mean, these are definitely related. There's no mistaking that. Hell yeah. The adventure goes on. Released a year earlier somehow. Oh, at least we got a high-res version of that. In this multi-level sequel to the classic original, you must fight your way to the planet Phantus to rescue Arcos, hero of the rebellion. Cross swamps, mountains, and forests to locate the interstellar prison and see what awaits you. Is it fat lips and big nips? Is that it? This is not a lot in the way of, like, middle ground horny these days. It's because the sex games are there, you know? Things either are or they aren't. It's just sort of miss that a little bit. Okay, so it's part 1 and part 2. I feel like this might be running a little bit batshit. When was this? 80 something? Like, I go 85. Because I find if I try to nail the date, it still goes way too fast. I mean, it's nice this is in English. Like, see, as I was saying, you know, absolute fucking madness. That's just absolute slowness. How? How is that still too quick? Alright, that's definitely... Alright, it's a little easier to steer, but that's definitely too slow. So we'll go up here. We can come down here by about 75%. It's still too fast. Still a bit quick, still a bit quick. Whoop whoop. Sort of working? Sort of going? Zone 1! See, now we're getting slowdown though. Like, that's, you know, that's not what I'm here for. I'm here for borderline competent fantasy, space fantasy nipple, damn it. I can't even get that. I've been through the desert with the game with no name. This is gonna fucking suck. These things got finished and released. So wild to me. Newgrounds is still going, isn't it? Like, it's still fucking plodding along. People testing out their weird furry animations and whatnot. Please enter. No, I don't have your passwords. Okay, so I have a little... My little guy jumps. Okay, I can touch those things or eat them. I push down. Haha. Is that giving me lives? Nope, just score. Ah, okay, there's diamonds. I gotta get these little guys. Oh. It's fascinating seeing the principles of, like, a game in this. You know? Like, you sit on the thing and it raises up. Yeah, of course. I feel like that's a door of some description. Alright, guess we'll never know. Okay, I think I need to... Boop. Like, what's that? Ah, I got the door key. Oh, so that's nice. I'm gonna beat this little fucking thing. That's what I'm gonna fucking do. Ah! I got fucking exploded. Surprisingly competent. Good for you. Eat piss. Explore mazes. Design worlds. Import graphics. Draw a witch. Yeah, Dwarf Fortress is only something I've ever heard about, like, you know, second-hand from my housemate and whatnot. And I'm happy to keep it that way. We gonna crash? Is that what we're doing today? Game maker? Yeah, we're gonna crash. We're gonna crash Gabe's computer. Thank you, Jesus. Die. Olympics. Oh, ocean. Look at that. Why do I feel like that's not what my game's gonna look like? I swear that thing on the right looks like someone getting hurricane runted, but I know that's not gonna be what's happening. Games. That would be really funny. I would love to find out that Microsoft actually has someone doing that, but like, I mean, look, let's face it. Gym. Okay, so now one problem that we may run into is, there we go. Ocean. Ocean were always a kind of a strangely mixed bag. Like, a lot of good games come out of Ocean. Like, alright. Face punchy. Guessing that's language, or is that like, okay. Australia. Australia. Alright. Diving, jumping, weights, and intercourse? Alright, so I can't click on the judo dudes. I mean, I'm guessing that's training. Can I not just do a sport? Is there like synchronized running? Is that a thing? I wonder what the fucking controls are. Like, am I supposed to mash something? What am I doing here? Like, normally it's a mash, you know, left and right, left and right. Okay. Up and downsies. Can I make a... fucking... That's boring as shit. I mean, I feel like that was like just a games management sim with like some touches of gameplay in there for, I don't know, to distract me. The games people play. A computer program written by a genuine person. Hello. Would you like to enjoy some games that people play? As opposed to... is that Queen one of the digitized ones? Run me! Hi, this is another Software Tools Work card types games. It also includes a nice backgammon and checkers game with a lib of opening moves. The original program had the typical install T-kit. No. No. This is some kind of trick. This is how the replicants identify me as a people. And then they'll steal my life essence. Alright, look. There's got to be some fucking gameplay in here somewhere. Summer Challenge. Hot Olympics. Okay. Run. Some crack. Would you like some crack? presents. Let's. Alright. Look, you anus. Maybe I need to run some crack. Oh, Queen is in the band. No, I was picturing something different. Yeah. Okay. Go. Ooh. Ow, fuck me. Well, that failed, so... I don't have a D. I don't... Alright, fine. I'm gonna be like this, are we? I'm not busting my ass over like fucking... I mean, look, that looks... look at that guy. Look at that. I'm gonna be best at hurtling bendy stick. I do like some of the old sports, you know, because a lot of them just feel like if you tried to invent this shit today, people would laugh at you. You know, if you try to come up with like pole vault, it's just like, that's just a drunk person dare, you idiot. Like, yeah, sort of, but like, still, you know. I mean, I feel like that does have gameplay in there somewhere, but like, I don't want to be here all day fucking troubleshooting summer fucking challenge. Games, the summer challenge. Fuck off. It's so hard to get pictures of athletes mid-fucking sport that don't make them look insane. It's just... It's just all of them. Like, it's just... Every tennis player staring at a ball looks like, and just deeply retarded. Divers all look like they're having 14 strokes at once. Like, it's just not possible. Good for breakdancing. What the fuck's an USA? Tell me of your homeworld, USA. Holy shit! Graphics. No, I didn't want to use a joystick. Okay, yeah, that's fine. Alright. Oh, hell yeah. Flying karate. What's going on with the controls? I don't want to use that. Alright. Okay. Is that pole dancing? Fuck me. Am I supposed to be doing something here? Okay. I feel like I could be running faster than that, you know? Go, you mad bastard, go! Some say he's still running. Winter games. We use corpse tendons to repair the Achilles joints of ski jumpers. Seems like a waste. Steroid Olympics. That is such a bad idea. Like, that's... I feel like it must be nice for the dipshits that came up with competitive slapping that Peter Thiel's stupid enough to actually come up and to try to genuinely peddle the steroid Olympics. Like, there's a reason we don't do this. Like, there is. There really is a reason. Because it is... Like, steroids are a fascinating example of really giving you the idea that you can be stronger than you should be. You know, which is an odd thing to think. Because you just think, well, if everything gets stronger, then that's pretty good, isn't it? It's like, yeah, you'd think, but... Not everything gets stronger at the same rate. There's a reason people who are roided up always get, like, you know, muscle tears and stuff. It's because the bits that hold the muscles to the bone don't get fucking roided out. There's a reason a lot of them mysteriously die of heart issues, you know? It's almost like the heart being a muscle, it gets, like, abnormally thick. And the nerves can't fucking penetrate it and get it to fucking beat anymore. And you just go gunk and it just conks out on you. Alright, where's, like, fucking the one that's basically suicide? No, that's slalom. That's lame. While mankind has used skis for several thousands of years, the modern sport of downhill skiing was developed in Austria. Werner Herzog nearly killed himself repeatedly doing this stupid shit. I feel like it's gonna be going a bit too fast. Oh, no, it's fine. Look at that. I wonder what makes me go faster. Oh, that makes me turn. That's not very helpful. I mean, is it just like a... I suppose I just hold forward or whatever. Oh, my ass! Yeah, it's practice, you fucking shit cunts. So, which side am I supposed to go of this shit? Like, I mean, I'm figuring in the middle. Alright, middle of that there. Okay, that looks like another middle. That's pretty good. Go, little guy. Oh, poop. I feel like I fucked that one up. No, maybe I didn't. That's nice. It's kind of hard to tell. I figure they're getting close together as some kind of challenge. I'm already going down the fucking, you know, hill on a fucking set of swords. Like, you could not, like, fucking be making this, you know, more difficult. I mean, that's just rude. How do I do tricks? You know what I miss? Snowboard Kids. That was a fun game. Needs to be something like that again. Wee ooh, yeah, great. The RP4 Pro is fantastic. Loving it to fucking death. It runs so much better than I thought. Like, I got, like, the fucking, like, I know. The funniest thing is on paper, the fucking Pro 4 is more powerful than the fucking Switch by, like, quite a bit. Like, the CPU is way more powerful. I think the GPU is slightly less, but not by much. But, like, I got Yuzu on that thing, and it runs the Prince of Persia game at full speed. Can't fucking argue with that. Challenge Edition. Challenge Edition. Yeah, slap fights, people responsible for that should be in jail. Because they're not going to be the ones that have monstrous concussions. I can't stress how, like, it's funny because everyone's got this attitude about, like, oh, a slap, that's not much. And it's like, yeah. An actual slap, no. A palm strike to the fucking side of the jaw, yes. Like, you saw it when it first started. Like, when it first started, there were people actually slapping. And then that fat guy kept leaning in and just doing a fucking, you know, palm blow to the face. Today we are all French. No. Okay. At least I'm through the fucking Gamescape. There's nothing to, like, they're not interesting. It's the QB of MMA. Like, that we're gonna make shows that are 10 minutes long. Alright, geniuses. Like, MMA is interesting to watch because there's stuff happening. Heads, you can move. And there's an interplay of dynamics where you can be thinking, oh, you know, maybe this guy's really good at punching, but this guy's really good at getting out of the way of punches. It's interesting to see what happens if those two things come together. What's the fucking thing here? I wonder if that person can, like, mildly resist a terrifying brain shake. Like, there's nothing. You're not watching anything. It's just. Yes, I want graphics, you fool. Oh, piss off. I said graphics. Oh, Christ. Gaminors and the puzzle. I mean, there's a lot of things that could be, like... The thing about the high-end emulation on Android at all is some of it's still a little fiddly. Like, I haven't tried running Prime much. I got Beyond Good and Evil going, which, I mean, you know, there's a lot to troubleshoot in terms of that. Like, if it's slowing down at that particular point, it may be, like, so for instance, on Aether SX2, or I got Nether SX2, but it's basically the same thing. If you're using the Vulkan backend for any of the WWE games, for some reason, just the entrances slow down by like half. It's just the entrances. The actual gameplay is fine. Playing? 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 So you gotta put it to OpenGL. Like, that can just be a lot. I mean, you know, you're running it in performance mode, like... I mean, I'd check one of the wikis or just Google it. Okay, fuck. And the puzzle. That sounds like a horror movie. Gaminors and the puzzle. Like, most strikes thrown in MMA don't land. And they sure as shit don't land in a fucking, you know, solid, like, it's a big deal when someone throws a punch and hits the other guy and knocks him the fuck out. That's a highlight. That's because you can do this thing called, like, put arms in the way and move a little bit. Fucking goddamn. I mean, the thing about the steroid Olympics is, like, that's not... If you make that, like, the legit gun, it's like, oh, there's already steroids in the Olympics. Yeah, but, like, having to fucking do it on the down low keeps a fucking lid on shit. Like, really does. If you don't understand that, you shouldn't be talking about this, because someone's heart's going to explode. Like, these are going to be some short-lived entities. I hope one of them just goes berserk and eats Peter Thiel. I do think that is something that would benefit the planet greatly. I think a sequel to Beyond Good and Evil will be fine. I imagine it, like, you know, kind of looking a little bit like the, what is it, the most recent Ratchet and Clank. Forme et colère. Forme et colère. Je. I don't like you, little Teddy. I don't know what you're up to. Gaminors? Okay. We are once again going to be let down by the actual game. But that's a tomorrow problem. For we are at the end of today. Yeah, like, look, Darren, like, I haven't played it, so I just don't know what to, you know, you'd have to check online. I'll check the subreddit, or check, the subreddit's got a link to the community, Excel spreadsheet that'll have running advice. I mean, off the top of my head, I'd maybe try, if it's doing that in such specific locations, I'd probably use a different, you know, maybe switch to OpenGL or something if you're not, or if you're on that, try switching to Vulkan. I find normally when something peculiar like that is happening, that's usually the case. There was something else that was doing that. It was, yeah, it was one of the shaders, weirdly, on the Dreamcast, like on the Retroarch and Flycast and the Retroarch core. For some reason, it was just that. It was putting just loads of slowdown every time, for a second, every time I went into the options, or like went into the, like the, inventory. Just, like for some reason the game was going, and the sound would crackle, and then it'd speed up fine. Just, I don't want that happening every time I fucking go into the goddamn inventory in a fucking Resident Evil game. Oh, I mean, like, if you really let them all, like, the thing about professional wrestling is the roids was to maintain a body, like, you know, and that body was, I mean, it was a temporary fad in a lot of ways, you know, like, the reason, like, if you look at, like, pre, you know, omnipresent dominance of WWE, you know, wrestlers and, you know, like guys in Japan and stuff, you know, they were fit, but they also just looked like dudes, you know, they looked like human beings. Like, even the, you know, there were guys who were fucking buff because they worked out a lot, but you could tell the fucking juice heads, you know. And there's a reason a lot of those guys managed to work for a much, much, much longer time. Like, even given the fucking, you know, the other, you know, impactfulness of, like, you know, say Japanese wrestling, you know, Tenzan, like, there's loads of guys from that period still going, like, you know, Yuji Nagata, fucking in his 50s, still great. You know, Yuji Nagata's in WCW versus NWO Revenge. That's how long that man's been wrestling. You know, and even longer. You know, you can see it. You could see it when, like, fucking Macho Man got all roided out when he was at WCW. Like, you know, the bodybuilder body is not an athletic body. It's very strong for a very specific fucking thing. But you know, you lose a lot, and you're carrying all this extra weight, and that extra weight starts tearing shit. Like, if you literally create a Juice Head Olympics, you're gonna get way more deaths than fucking pro wrestling. I think the Queen game would probably, I mean, if it's on DOS, it's probably here. Like, the only time the answer is no is when Quink is when it's a Windows game, and people will sometimes mistake those. Oh, yeah, there it is. That's going to be interesting. Quattrus. But we're looking far too deep into the future. We haven't even got to H yet. What's next? That's right, Gamma Force and the Pit of 1,000 Streams. Alright. No, don't go away from that. I gotta make sure I delete the fucking ones that I've deleted too. Keep forgetting to do that. Alright, where are we at? More members, less money. The world doesn't make sense. I mean, I'd be surprised if that fucking stupid steroid Olympics thing got off the fucking ground. Because I honestly, like, I do think some of the, as deranged as the competitive instinct can be, I do think a lot of these guys do know that, like, you can't just max this shit out without really taking a fucking couple of years off the old lifespan. Yeah, Liger went forever. And I mean, Bruce Lee was an extreme. Like, you know, there are plenty of like really fucking fit, strong, you know, dangerous looking guys that don't look jacked the fuck up, you know? Especially that bulk. Like the bulk is, you know, wildly unnecessary. You know, some of the strongest guys, like, and I mean like fucking strongest cunts in you know, wrestling weren't the fucking, you know, weren't like Luger, you know. Luger was strong, but like fucking, you know, Scott Norton, fucking beast. That dude was a keg. I mean, it was usually the keg dudes. Like that's the thing about like lifting anything and having to move around with it, or having to do a lift in a way that's like, you know, you need that supportive keg muscle. You need to be like this fucking weird dwarven thing. That body type that's just almost the same width from shoulder to hip. Zuck. Yeah, Iron Sheik, like that. The Indian wrestlers, the Pelhwani wrestlers, had a really good fucking training regimen, which was just. There was a lot of weight stuff, but it was about consistent pressure. You know, that's where the fucking clubs come into it. You know, you're not just going like that, and then it stops. The weight's lower, but you're having to constantly move it in all these different directions. And, you know, the same as the darbs and the, you know, the Indian squats, the Hindu squats and whatnot. It's a circular motion that maintains the fucking, you know, muscle activation. And man, those cons were strong. When you go look at, you know, the shit that the great Gama could manage. You know, doing these fucking squats with like a 90-kilo stone over his head. Just. Yeah, well, he was a legit wrestler. Like, there were, some of the guys were legit. Like, um, but even then, I mean, you know, endurance, stuff like that. Like, particularly with wrestling. Wrestling is fucking exhausting. Like, it's one other goddamn. I can't remember if he was an Olympic medalist. Like, I know he was an actual, like, you know, an actual fucking Olympic, you know, collegiate wrestler, I think is what they call it in the States. So that doesn't sort of. The weird thing about, like, the, you know, delineation between amateur and pro, you know, like, that is, like, being. You know, even Olympic competitors aren't technically professional exactly because they're not being paid directly or something. Like, I don't know. I'm not entirely familiar with it. All right. Oh, one of the numbers is up. The other numbers are down. So, I don't know. I think I'm going to mail you rocks that you are to throw at yourself, preferably just in the air, and just let it land on you. Angle your face up so you get kind of a donk. You can wear safety glasses. I think that's fair. That's the halfway. I don't know. Hopefully, some kind of roid maniac snaps and eats a screaming Peter Thiel alive in his own dumbass Olympics, because that's, you know, until we start killing them, that's the best we can hope for. Okay, so Steroid wants to eat Peter Thiel's face. Watch my show, or I'll bash your fucking kids.